Everybody in all the Christian religions preach the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name,
Right.
etc., etc., etc. That had nothing to do with what Christ was trying to teach.
Right.
Zero. The question to him was, Father, Master, whatever, how do we pray? And what did he do? He prayed from his heart. Okay, that was the message. To just repeat words that we've learned over and over and over again means nothing. There is no
And that's
connection
kind of,
to it.
That's kind of what I felt when after a while after going to church.
That's all they do. They're just rudiments.
Yeah, and
they administer.
And one time when I was in high school or college, I was bored, and so I started actually reading the Missal,
Okay.
the book. I don't remember
Right.
what it's called, and I was just reading it, and you know, I was still going through the stand, the kneel part, but I wasn't even really paying attention to what was going on. I was just reading, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, if you actually read it, not like skimmed it or recited words on paper, but read it, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I can dig this. And then the sermon is given, and it was stupid.
Well, so that's my point. There's too much administration, too much rudimentary, and the thing is, and I don't blame them for it, because we are dealing. We have our religions have been passed down to us over a wide period of time, and you always you being a teacher know this better than some of our viewers, and that is you have to teach to the speed of the slowest, whether you like it, you know, in a lot of cases. So things that were written about 100 years ago don't carry through the same way. You wouldn't teach them that way now.
But that's what a lot of faiths are trying to do, because they have I can't think of the right word.
Okay.
I can't think of the right word.
Okay, but they don't have the what? The ability?
No.
Okay. What was your train of thought?
I lost it.
Okay.
Because I'm stuck on the word.
Okay. Well, let me say...
Sorry. I'm sorry.
That's okay. But if it comes back, just interrupt me right away. Just slug me and we'll go to it. Now, you said...
Rituals.
Rituals. Okay. Okay, rituals. That's
administration
and rituals.
That's what I mean is you know, it's that similarity, that
Catholics
feeling
have
of
this
home.
ritual, the Jews have this ritual,
is what
the
we
Muslims
do.
have this.
Yeah, and I think that that's what it's been for years and years and years and years and years, and ain't nobody going to go up and try and change it.
And that's the problem with it, is that's all that's left, is the ritual, not what we were trying to do. This is nothing.
Not the spiritual part of it.
Not the spiritual part of it. And what's another example of this?
Here's something.
Go.
When I first was in Catholics, I went to a Catholic grade school from kindergarten through 5th grade, and then we moved.
Okay.
We were taught, probably up until I was in like 3rd grade, that you should fear God.
Right.
Fearful.
Yeah, fearful.
And then all of a sudden, you don't fear God. God loves you.
Right.
And He's a happy God.
Right.
And I'm like, what? Like,
what happened?
You know, we're supposed to fear Him, but no, we don't need to fear Him as much.
Right.
Like, you know, it was so...
Well,
I remember thinking, like, oh my God, if I die today, I'm going to go to hell.
Well, see, now see, and that's what the problem was. And that's the problem.
And that's as a 2nd grader, I'm thinking that.
Yeah,
2nd grader.
right.
I kicked a kid under my desk.
Right.
And I thought I was going to go to hell if I was to die.
And the thing is, when you're teaching, I mean, and this is the trap that they fell into. This is why I forgive them for it. It wasn't malicious.
Right.
But when you're trying to teach profound things, we have a tendency to fall into rudiments, rituals, administration. In other words, when I'm dealing with a kid that's in 2nd grade, I can't finesse and explain to him the reality. So that's why one day you're fearing him, the next day you're finding out it's love, because now, mentally, you now have the capacity to understand the difference. You now, in other words, so what we've done, we package it to the people at the level they can understand, because why?
But
you're trying to grow.
2nd graders understand love?
Yes, I do. But they might have. They might have. I'm just trying to explain their point of view.
Right.
It's easier for them to package it and sell
right.
it because at this age, you're trying to teach them right and wrong.
Right.
You're not trying to teach them.
And that makes sense.
You know, because it's that's and that's the fine.
The kid kicked me first.
I know.
I was kicking him back.
Okay.
I had a bruise the size of a.
Okay.
You know.
No, I understand.
Like,
believe me, I understand. And that's where we find ourselves. And now what we find, that's why years ago when they talked about the dawning of the age of Aquarius, well, that's true because we're starting to reach a point where we're starting to see that we've been told what we've been told up until now to get us to here. But now it really is time to, that's not the Lord's Prayer anymore. You've got to talk to God, your spirit, your higher power, directly from your heart, because reciting dead words don't help you. Okay?
I know a funny story.
Okay.
Well,
no, go ahead.
I think so. I haven't been to church in a very, very long time.
Okay.
And I've had to go to church twice in the last year.
Okay.
My grandmother's funeral and my sister's wedding.
Okay.
I forgot the words to the Hail Mary.
Okay, and it doesn't matter because they were just repetition.
And then I was a little bit embarrassed, and I was like, "Oh my God, I forgot the words to the Hail Mary."
Hail Mary. I never learned them. Okay, I never learned.
But you know, that's like this. There's two staple prayers in the Catholic faith:
the Lord's
Prayer and the Hail Mary.
Yeah.
So I forgot that, and I felt like
funny.
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting. We're at my grandmother's.
They all know.
At my grandmother's wake, and
right.
you know, we're getting ready for the funeral service,
right.
and we're getting ready to head to the church for
right.
the mass,
right.
and. You know, the guy gets up, let's lead in the Hail Mary, and I'm like, and my sister's sitting next to me, and she was mumbling through it too, and I had another sister on the other. I mean, and then we started to giggle because all three of us forgot the Hail Mary, but you know, it's. But I shouldn't. You know, it happens.
And that makes my point because, oh boy, there's someplace we could really go, Atlantis and stuff, but that's a really separate conversation, but. All of you would have been better served if somebody had just spoken from their heart.
Right.
Okay.
And I didn't feel that. You don't feel that in a lot of the services
that's
today.
because the spirituality is lost, especially, and I hate
There are some faiths that got it right, though. Because there's a couple, you know, I don't know if it's
just you mean specific churches?
Like the Southern Baptist.
I
don't know.
No, I know. It's just I know what you mean because, yes.
There's somebody down the road that has a... They had a tent revival one, and I thought, holy cow, I want to go to that. That'd be cool. And then
they speak from the heart. And
maybe, yeah, I don't know.
But unfortunately,
some students were going there too. I didn't want to go there.
There's still.
Of that.
Oh, I understand. There's still too much of the repetition. Now, I didn't mean to get off on that, but that comment. I'm checking where I could.
Why did this happen to me?
Yes,
oh my God.
I wanted to come back to that. Why did this happen to me?
It's very hard not to.
And that crushes people's faith.
Yeah, it's very human to, no matter what you believe, to when something bad happens to you, to go, why did this happen to me? And look up.
Why did God let this happen?
Right.
Okay.
And it was very, and I've had some of those experiences.
Right.
And you know, and I was younger, and now I find myself.
And why? And that's why.
Still, you know, usually, and it's because it's so ingrained. That's what you see on TV, but that's also, you know, you want to blame somebody for whatever's going wrong.
Right. Rather than
and you can't blame because you can't blame anybody around you.
Right.
You're going to go to the next easiest thing, which is up above.
And then that's one of the points that I was trying to make when we were talking about this let's just call them movies, soap operas, all that stuff. We never get examples of prayer working. And one of the reasons you want to know why, you'll get a kick out of this. Now, this is an absolute fact. Bad times and tragedy are much easier to videotape and film than good times and good things. Because most of the best things that we feel in life happen to us internally.
Right.
Okay? And all of the bad things, they can all be shot. You know, they can all be shot, they can be seen, they exist, they live, they have car accidents and this and that, and I shoot you and you shoot me, and we broke up and we had a harbor, and jumped off the bridge. And all, it's all lends itself to capture. Whereas when that person says something wonderful to you, and you're fine.
Right.
You know what I mean? How do you show that?
Right.
And that's been so. That's why when it comes to forgiveness, even them, the lousy, the media, except when it's malicious. And that we never got off of that. That was another thing I wanted to get into. We talked about moral morality because there are many times in the media when what they do is malicious. They phrase their words. They predicate something based on a fact that they have as an opinion, and they don't clarify it. They don't. Not often enough does the media clarify that this is opinion. And
no,
when they do it that way, when they do it on purpose, that is malicious. That to me is immoral. That's it's just like, pardon me. I'm watching TV the other day, and they're telling me what some blowhard thinks. I could care less what he or she thinks. We won't even identify the creature. What I'm trying to figure out is why am I even being told what this thing thinks?
Let me tell you, this is I was watching, I was in a bar, and it was trivia night, and I looked up on the TV that was behind my friend, and it was like ESPN or sports or whatever it was. I don't know. And there was like 4 things, and all to do with NFL. One of them was like, will Obama get involved in the NFL trade union? And I looked at them and I said, are you serious? We've got like half of the Arab nations
in flames.
In flames, and y'all are worried about if Obama is going to get involved in the NFL union talks? Like, there's something wrong with our country if the president needs to get involved with football.
Yeah, and let me
I
tell
know
you
everybody loves it.
Yeah, but the thing is,
send the emails telling me how much you love it. I'm a Bears fan. You're a Jets fan.
Yeah.
Like, I like the game. But seriously, people.
Yeah, and seriously, this guy is involved in everything but the things he should be worrying about. He shouldn't be telling Wisconsin what to do because the federal government doesn't have collective bargaining.
They don't. But I will tell you this, that with education, is that I think that we need to... Obviously, we're having issues with the states handling their own education system, and it's becoming apparent.
Yeah, but the reason they are is because they are locked into these contracts that they can't do anything about. I hope Wisconsin gets their thing. Who knows? Maybe by now they did. I hope they do, and I hope that there's a ripple effect across the country, so that because listen, I mean, this is just my opinion. I think one of the problems is, I'm sorry, I'm getting lost because there's so many things that bother me about it.
Well, I want to say something.
Go.
And it's totally off the topic because we have like 30 seconds left.
Okay, go.
Most everybody here probably has been to Florida, but this is orange blossom season.
In Florida?
In Florida. Okay. And I live right by some orange groves.
Okay.
And if you ever have a chance to smell the orange blossoms, they are the sweetest, most delicious smell you will ever have.
Okay.
And I love it. I just want to let you know that I love it.
Well, that's really...
And it's a positive note. It is, if you ever come to Florida, come during orange blossom season and go tour the groves. It smells, it's like jasmine and lilacs with a little bit of sugar.
For those of you on 96th Street,
good.
I know you're having a problem, okay? But
come to Florida, and we can smell the orange blossoms together.
Yeah, that you can always go to Florida and smell the orange
blossoms.
Give
me 7 grams of that, and I'll be in heaven.
Yeah, right. Oh, that's a tragedy. That guy, I feel 6 months. If he's alive in 6 months, I'll be surprised.
We're out of time.
Bye. Okay. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.